Hi, welcome to the Sales Strategies for Christian Coaches podcast. I'm Justin Janowski, your host, and I started my business Faith to Influence in December of 2018. I was scared. I was nervous. I wasn't sure if I could be a coach, but God provided in huge ways. And I collected over $250,000 in revenue in my first year, over $2 million in revenue in my first 6 years. And we've continued to grow through God's faithfulness and provision. There were also, though, a few business strategies that I knew how to engage in that are really important to success in a coaching business. One of them is making sure that we have the right mindset around sales and money to remove resistance to success. Another is focusing on having the right offers and the right price points for your business, offers that are good for you and for your clients. And finally, and most importantly, we need to have great high integrity, high converting sales strategies. That's what I'm most well known for, and those are the things that we're going to teach you in this podcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to today's episode on time, it's actually New Year's Day 2025. And I wanted to wish you a happy new year. I hope that you had an amazing 2024. I hope that you had a lot to celebrate. I'm sure that you did. I also hope that you have learned lessons and developed and grown your character through some of the adversities, challenges, and maybe even pain of this last year. That's not fun for us to think about, but here's what I know to be true. God is always fathering us in everything that we do. And so in the goodness, let's thank him. Let's praise him for what he's doing. And in the pain, in the challenge, in the adversity, can we find the gift? Can we find the lesson? Can we surrender more to him? Can we allow him to forge our character through the fire? This year, I hope that you bring those lessons forward along with the celebrations and that you enjoy the journey while you continue to grow. In today's podcast episode, I want to talk to you about annual planning and one specific piece of it that I think is really important. My wife and I have been doing annual planning together for many years now, and we always set a theme for the year. What is this next year going to be about? And that's what I want you to consider today as you listen to this podcast episode. Whenever you're listening to this, what is my theme for this season of my business? What is my theme for this season of my life? What do I feel like God is really calling me to right now? Your theme could be a single word. It could be a phrase. We've had multiple different themes. We had the breakthrough year. We had the year of radical giving, where we felt like God was calling us to really give generously. And we doubled our giving that year, and it completely changed our lives. We had a year of health focus. We had this last year, the year of sustainable growth. And that was such an important theme for me. I want to share what sustainable growth is about for me and why that was the theme. It was a recognition that I wanted to continue to grow and scale my business, but I wanted to find sustainable ways to do it. And listen, I'm still learning. God's still working on this with me and for me. I know that sustainable growth for me and my business means I need to have the right team members who are specialized and great at what they do so that they can free me up to do what I'm great at while I grow. If I'm doing the things that are really uphill for me, really heavy, I'm not going to be able to grow sustainably. I'm going to burn out. And so the right team members are really important. But the other reality of sustainable growth is while I'm growing my team and trying to scale my business, I need to be thoughtful about profitability. I need to be careful about my expenses. I need to make sure that we're not just growing our revenue, but we're growing our profitability and making business easier. I also need to make sure that I build my business in such a way that it doesn't rely on big sales over and over and over again. I want recurring revenue that's going to provide security for my business, my family, and my team. It's also important to me that I'm not the only face in my business. I'm not the only person making sales. I'm not the only person providing training and value. That if I go on vacation, we can continue to grow. Sustainable growth. If I get sick, we can continue to grow. If I go through a loss or a period of grief, that we can continue to have a sweet, loving, growing business while I need a little bit more tenderness and support from my team and from my community. All of these things are really important to me. And so this theme really shifted the way I thought about business over the course of the last year. And it's something that's going to come forward with me into 2025, even as we replace it with a new theme for the new year. So my question is, what is the theme for you? What is 2025 about for you? And if you're listening to this in 2027, great. What's 2027 or 2028 about for you? What's most important? This theme, if we think about it thoughtfully and we decide it carefully, and we put it in places where we can see it all the time and be reminded of it, can be like a guiding light that allows us to stay on track and remember what's most important. Pause this episode if you need to, even right now. Pray, sit in quiet, really consider, what do you need right now? My prayer is that you'll pursue it boldly and confidently and courageously, and that you'll have your best year yet as you honor that theme. By the way, if you're interested in more support from us, we actually do quarterly and annual planning with our Christian Coaches Academy, our membership community. Every single quarter, we get together live for 90 minutes, and we do a planning session where we look back and reflect on the quarter that was or the year that was. We look forward to the quarter and the year that are coming. I would love for you to join us in our Christian Coaches Academy. We do a whole lot of other cool things too. We do a weekly prayer networking call. We have 25 amazing trainings in our library. All the strategies that I used in business to go from $0 to $250,000 in my first year are there for you. We've got a directory so that you can have your bio, your business, your contact info right there. It's easy for people to refer business to you, easy for people to connect with you, and more. If you're interested in learning about our Christian Coaches Academy, go to www.f2itribe.com/CCA. That's F, the number 2, the letter I, tribe.com/CCA. God bless you all. Have an amazing year and set the right theme.